Hey guys, welcome to Groovy Goddess Gang. I'm India and I am so grateful that you are here. Now, this is my very first episode and I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what I'm doing, okay? So I'm just gonna kind of wing it. So yeah, thank you for being here. First episode of the Groovy Goddess Gang podcast. Yay! Now, to start off, the mission of Groovy Goddess Gang, like the overall mission, is to normalize mental health conversations, okay? I want it to be normal to talk about your emotions, Here we talk about real shit, okay? The stuff that people usually avoid. This space is about, being messy, honest, healing, the healing journey, and just being human, right? So in this first episode, I want to share my story, what inspired me to create this space, like why am I doing this, right? We're going to talk about living in survival mode, what survival mode even is, and how I've slowly started to come out of it. So before I go any further, I do want to give a gentle trigger warning. I will be talking about suicide because it is part of my story. It's a huge part of why I'm doing this. Okay. But if that's something that you're, not ready to hear right now, I completely understand and respect that. Please take care of yourself and, come back when you're ready. If you are, we'd love to have you. And if you're still here, thank you. Now, it's gonna get personal. All right. A little heavy, but it's mine. So yeah, I'm just gonna jump right into it and be real AF. Because I really can't expect anyone to start normalizing emotional expression unless I do it first. So I got y'all. Be the first one to dive in, okay? Now, real quick side note, important note, before I dive into my story, let's real quick cover, what survival mode actually means, so we're all on the same page, all right? Now, to me, survival mode is that state where your body and mind are just doing the bare minimum to get by. I don't even know if they're on the same wavelength, It's not like living, it's functioning. It's like being on autopilot in black and white world, right? Just waking up every day, just trying to breathe without falling apart. Getting out of bed is it's accomplishment for any day of every living, but in survival mode, it's the hardest part of the day. So that's my definition. Now the clinical definition I have here. Survival mode is the state of chronic stress where the nervous system stays stuck in fight or flight. That's good. It's common after trauma. Your brain literally reprioritizes survival over everything else, even joy. That's good. Yeah. So, right. Just wanted to, go over that. Now that we're clear on that, let me tell you how I got stuck in it. So, some of y'all might know my story already, but for those of you who don't, in 2016, the love of my life, Andy, took his own life. He killed himself. He killed himself about a week or two after he was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. And there are no words. If someone that you loved took their life, then Otherwise, it's so hard to explain. After Andy killed himself, I didn't know how I was going to survive. Everything in me shattered. I had no idea how to even exist anymore. That pain, it was so deep. No words could even describe it. Thank the universe for my loved ones, because I don't know. I still to this day don't know how I made it. But hey, we're here. We're doing it. So the moment that he was gone, you know, it changed my life. Now, I've always had anxiety for sure, but like after Andy, like my entire nervous system like shifted. Like I entered survival mode, right? And I didn't even know it at the time because you're just trying to survive, you know, operating in this state of just trying to get through each day and working my ass off to stay afloat. You know, like I recently realized that I've been in this state, you know, on different levels for sure, but for a long time, you know, been surviving, and that's not really living, like at least like not like your best self. But at least I'm realizing it, right? But yeah, so like that version of me, like I was on autopilot, like shut down, just always bracing for like the next blow. It's like when this makes sense, like when the universe like shows you like that the unfathomable like can happen. It's like you're just always terrified. Like what is that saying? Like when the other shoe's gonna drop, right? I honestly like forgot there's any other way to be. Like I've just like been this like anxious kind of mess, just terrified. Like if a friend doesn't answer the phone, it's like, oh my god, did they die? Which is obviously like irrational, you know. But it was bad, you know. There were days I didn't want to be here anymore. Yeah, I miss him all my heart to this day. But anyway, so I remember the pain, you know. I remember one time one of the doctor's offices that my mom brought me to, and I was just like screaming, "Someone give me fucking drugs! Someone give me fucking drugs!" Like I don't give a fuck, like having a temper tantrum in a hallway. But like I genuinely did not want to feel anymore, right? And then finding therapy, that was no walk in the park either. You know, no one talks about how hard it is to get help, like when you're on Medicaid. My mom, who is a literal angel, fought like hell to get me help and into therapy, and that saved my life, you know. I actually eventually then got into group therapy, and for the first time since Andy had passed, I felt seen. I mean, no one looked at me like I was broken. You know, no one like flinched when I told them my story, looking at me like I was just like some alien. You know, I walked in and I was like, oh, these are my people. I have arrived. You know, like they've been through some shit too. Like I just felt like I was 23. And this whole intense, horrible story. People looked at me like I was an alien. You know, like before all this, mind you, like I was a big people pleaser, you know, like I was so aware of like, you know, making sure everyone in the room was comfortable. And I still am, but after Andy passed, like that filter just disappeared. Like I didn't give a fuck. Like if I had many therapists, okay? Because if my therapist hadn't like been through like real shit, deuces, nah, bye-bye. I don't want to talk to you, you know? But like that rawness, like that straight up honesty, that realness, that became my superpower. Okay. I made it my superpower, you know, and over time started rebuilding myself, you know, still guarded, but with a stronger voice, and still hurting, but healing. And there's no words, you know, life is freaking crazy, but like we have to talk about this stuff, you know. After all of that, like the grief, the trauma, the therapy, the survival mode, like I'm finally starting to remember like who I am again. It's been years, and like I'm still working on it. Like I'm not here because I'm perfect. I'm here because I know I'm not. And you know that feeling of just like that pain where you just feel like you're so alone, no one understands. Like I want to provide a place where like you don't have that anymore. You know, like I want to talk. I want to talk to people and let all of you know like you're not alone. Like create a space where emotional expression isn't weird or uncomfortable or too much. I cannot tell you how many people have said I'm too much in the past. Whatever. Like a space where therapy is celebrated, you know, where support groups, it's like communal healing. Like I don't know, I feel like there's like this weird stigma, like, oh, like you're fucked up if you go to therapy. No, you're working on yourself. Good for you. What, you know, I want someday, hopefully soon, like I want to have like a straight up like place where, you know, a Groovy Goddess Gang, where like we have like yoga classes and then like, you know, community led support groups. Like let's normalize this. Let's normalize mental health and make it just as important and to prioritize as your physical health. Now I want to remind you guys of something. This quote means a lot to me, but what happened to you does not define you. What you do after it does, okay? So like this story, it's a big part of who I am, you know, but it is not me. And, you know, if this resonated with you, I want to remind you that you're not alone. We're all going through this together. And that's the whole point of this, okay? Like, yeah, so each week we're going to talk about something different. And, you know, I'm going to interview different people. And please get on the Groovy Goddess Gang website and shoot me some, like, messages. Like, it's going to be me responding, like, realness. Like, you know, you will be heard. You know, like, tell me what you want to hear about. Like, let's talk about it. Let's make this the revolution, you know? Let's go. Groovy Goddess Gang, Triple G, what's good? Anywho, so, you know, what do they say? Make sure to like, follow, comment. I don't know. Just remember this. At least remember this, okay? Healing is groovy, baby. I said that really quickly. Healing is groovy, baby. Yeah. That was smooth. Anyways, I'm India. That's my share. I'm India again, and it's been real. I'll be back in 2 weeks. Every other Tuesday. What will our next episode be about? It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be about the word vulnerability. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Y'all ready for that? Anyways, I did it. Episode 1. Thanks, guys.